to this week's Racks and Tracks. This week we got an action-packed show for you. We're starting off the 2018 spring turkey season. I'm in the blind by myself. I've got a big long beard coming, and we're going to see if I can pull it together. Stay tuned. Enjoy the show. Well, we're back out on the same field we were this morning. The wind has picked up quite a bit. We probably got gusts upwards of 30 mile an hour on this field. But it's gorgeous out. It's about 50 degrees and sunny, so hopefully the birds are out here strutting around. Last night I scouted this field and there was those two big strutters and about 10 hens out here running around. And they walked into the woods right where I'm sitting. So I'm hoping to cut them off before they go to roost. This morning we were out here and we heard them where they were roosted right behind us, but they never came out in the field. So we'll see. I've got the strutter out here. He is blowing around in the wind. His tail fan's all messed up because of this wind is just gusting around real hard, and he's just bobbing around. So hopefully that don't scare him that much movement. But we'll see. You never know. You just never know. So we're gonna sit quiet, and I think I see a turkey walking across the big field. Yep, I can see a turkey walking across the road, and I have permission to hunt that field. And I chose not to because this morning there wasn't a single bird out there. And there's already a turkey out there. It looks like a tom. So I'm going to zoom in and try to get you guys a picture of that. But I'm going to see if I can do it tonight. Connor had an emergency service call to go to, so he can't make it tonight. So I'm all by myself. So we're going to see if this old prime logic can eat. But stay tuned. I'm going to quick zoom in on this bird to see what this is. This way, whatever it is. It's probably 800 yards away, but whatever it is definitely coming this way. It looks like a tom because I think, oh yeah, he's strutting. So I'm going to give him some yelps and see if he can hear me. He is a ways away and he's got to cross the road, so we'll see. That might be the one that wants to play. I'm okay, I ain't going to be picky. That looks like a big long beard. He's coming this way. He's made up probably already 80 yards. I think you can see this decoy spinning around. So this might happen. This might happen fast. I gotta get ready because as soon as he crosses that road, which he's crossing the road right now, this field's only about 300 yards, 400 yards long. So if he sees this decoy and he's heading this way, which I think he is, game on. Oh. I hit the window. Gosh dang it. He did not like that decoy. I'm running this camera. I can't. By the time I drew back and took the shot, it was all 5 seconds. This blind is wiggling around. Oh, I can't believe I just blew that. Rushed the shot. Crappy situation. Oh, well. I guess it's time to pick up. Gosh dang it, that frustrates the crap out of me. That stinks. Well, that happens to the best of us. I wish I could tell you that was my first time, but it's definitely not. I can tell you it's not the equipment. That prime bow is definitely shooting straight. That was 100% me. You get in those high stress situations, you're all by yourself filming, and that bird comes up, your adrenaline spikes, and you just don't think through the whole situation. But the good thing is, I watched that bird run across the field, and I know he was okay, so he's going to live another day, and that's the best thing out of it. Anyways, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we get back, Erin's up to bat. We're going to see if she can actually pull it together and not miss like I did. Stay tuned. If you guys are like us, you're tired of buying a bag target every year because you keep shooting it up and it's wrecking your arrows. We hooked up with Black Hornet targets to solve that problem. They make a base target with interchangeable skins, so as soon as this target gets shot up, everything's replaceable, and you just rip a skin off, and if you need to, change the inside of the bag out, and you're good to go for another year. Look up Black Hornet targets today, and they'll hook you up.
This is a new moment from Cobra Archery, released this year. We got 2 adjustments on the trigger, both travel and sensitivity. Don't miss the moment.
High-Low Builders have been in business since 1990, serving the Grand Rapids and surrounding area, specializing in custom homes, the remodel of existing homes, decks, pole barns, and light commercial projects. If you're thinking about doing any upgrades to your house, or adding any additions, or building a new home, get a hold of High-Low Builders and let them take care of you. Slate River came out with another great tool to add to your hunting arsenal this year. The Stealth Cam mount has the same great corkscrew quick start thread with a 1-point adjustment, great for a trail camera or a second camera angle.
Luminox are brighter, more durable, and with replaceable batteries, the longest lasting compound and crossbow lighted Nox on the market, period. When your moment of truth comes, rely on the only lighted Nox trusted by the best. Luminox. Light 'em up at luminox.com.
Stop by Bunker Hill Chill and Grill in Burnups, Michigan. They have great food, plenty of big screens to watch all your favorite sports, and an outside patio that seats over 80 people for all your entertainment needs. Well, we just got out to the blind. It's about 5:10, 5:15. Just got set up on the way home last night. Seen about 6 toms out in this field, so we asked the farmer for permission. He gave us permission, so we watched these birds roost. I'm whispering because they're only roosted maybe 100 yards behind us in these woods. So as the morning, as daybreak starts, so hopefully it should be hot. Today is Erin's last day to hunt, so we've got to get it done. We're on, pressure's on, so we'll see. I've got the strutter out there with a hen laying down, like she's getting ready to be bred, and a feeder hen running around. So we'll see, but you never know. But it's supposed to be gorgeous out today. It's going to be like 78 and sunny. So we're excited. It'll be a great morning to be out in the woods, especially with Erin. So you ready, honey? Okay. Well, we're going to sit back and enjoy it. We got about an hour till it breaks daylight. And I hope they're talking this morning. It should be fun. Stay tuned, guys. this long shot is about, I'd say, close to 60 yards. Yeah, that was a hard shot. We didn't think he was going to come any closer. They've been feeding out in front of us for about 2 hours, and that's the closest any of them got. So I said, well, let's take the shot now. I think we shot a little low, hit the dirt, and then the toms spooked to the other side of the field, but the hen stayed here. And we just had a hen walk right through our decoys at 15 yards. So we're going to sit here for another half an hour and see if any of the toms follow. But I think they're just going to keep feeding straight away. So we'll see, but we got to get out of here about 9:45. So let's give it a half an hour and see if we can make something happen. Fun morning though.
Yeah, a lot of action.
A lot of turkeys, a lot of toms.
Well, I don't know what to say. Erin and I's turkey season is not panning out the way we thought it was. I'm not sure what happened. The bird was definitely within shooting range of that 12 gauge, and we just hit the dirt right in front of it. So that's 2 misses on the board within a couple days. So that's not a great way to start the season, but hopefully Ray and Denise are doing better than we are. We're going to take a quick commercial break, but when we get back, if you guys have ever thought about, man, I wish I knew a little bit more about coyote hunting, or I want to get in the sport, we got a guy that's going to come on and tell you exactly what you need to know and the 101 on coyote hunting. Stay tuned after the commercial break and check them out. If you're in the market for a new or used vehicle this fall, or to service your current vehicle, look no further than Denoyer Chevrolet. Fast, friendly, reliable service.
Nelson Steel Products, located in Holland, Michigan, has been a leader in the steel fabrication industry since 1945. Specializing in steel fabrication, robotic welding, and laser cutting, Nelson Steel Products brings years of experience to their clients. With strong client relations, innovative technology, and a reputation for quality, Nelson Steel has continued to grow in the industry and in your community. When it comes to finding the right partner, it stops at Nelson Steel Products. Visit NelsonSteelProducts.com to learn more. If it's made of steel, we'll make it.
You know what we like about Quaker is it doesn't matter whether you're chasing turkeys in the spring
or elk in the fall.
They have a product for you.
We here at Racks and Tracks take our scent control very seriously. That's why we wear Scent Lock. They are the leading innovators of scent control. You get a chance, you need to check out ASCO's website. Get their product, use their sport wash your clothes, spray it in this UV. You will be amazed. It makes you invisible. Well, hey Todd, I'd like to introduce you here. This is Todd, aka Dog Breath.
Dog Breath Coyote Calls.
Coyote Calls, yeah.
Yep.
He took us out this morning. We did a couple sets. We had a great morning, nice and cold. Didn't have an opportunity to kill a dog or see a dog. But
That's coyote hunting.
That's coyote hunting.
Yep.
Hey, if you get a chance, I'd like to have you maybe go over a little bit of methods on how you go about calling these coyotes. Give these people a little education, maybe.
Sure.
And let's see what we can maybe bring some more guys into the sport. So.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. When you're coyote hunting, you're hunting the most skilled predator on the planet. You got to bring your A game every single time you go out. Coyotes don't forgive mistakes. You make one mistake, you'll never call a coyote in. So there's really some key things you got to hit on. Number one, scouting. You got to know there's coyotes there. You got to have some good intel there's coyotes in the area. Otherwise, you're just a hunter out in the woods making some funny noises. Then you got to sneak yourself in without being seen, heard, or smelled by an animal that has sensors that are keener than you could ever possibly imagine. So let's say you get that part accomplished. Now you got to set yourself up in a position in a spot where a coyote might actually show himself. And then you got to do some calling. And then if you actually do call one in, now you got to hit the darn thing, because you take the fur off a coyote, you got a target about that big. You got a big adrenaline dump, and they're pretty easy to miss. So let's assume we got all that first part taken care of, because if I screw up one of those things, I'm out there making funny noises. So now we're going to do some calling. I'm a big fan of howling. I love to howl. I howl year round. I howl as many coyotes in the middle of the summer as I do in the middle of the winter. So I like to start out all my stands with a couple friendly howls, and it sounds just like this. And this is my howler. It's called the Knockdown Howler. you know, I make my own calls, so these things are all handmade, one at a time. The howlers that were on the market are what really got me started into making my own, because the howlers, the mass-produced howlers on the market, are absolutely horrible to try to. Yeah, they're worthless. You can go from a coyote howl to a duck just like that. So this is my knockdown howler. So I start out with a couple friendly howls, and I'm a loud howler. Coyotes do not howl quietly. Okay, so I start out with a couple howls, and then I'll just simply wait a few minutes. Might be 3 minutes, might be 5 minutes, might be 10 minutes. I don't know. There's no set sequence. There's no magic call sequence. If there was, I'd tell you what it is. I've tried them all. I've called in coyotes with all of them. So start out with a couple howlers, then I go into some distress. This particular call here is, for the last couple of years, has been my biggest seller. It's called the Dog Breath Screamer. It's a real high pitch sound, and it's hard to duplicate. I don't think an electronic call could ever hit this high note like this thing can. So this is the Dog Breath Screamer. Real high pitch, hurts my ears. That's been the most productive call, not only for coyotes. Some of the bigger states like Pennsylvania, for example, that is a big fox state. The fox hunters love that call, and also the guys that hunt the bobcats. That's a sound that bobcats and fox like because of that higher pitch. Okay. So I'll sit there and I'll do some howls, do some distress, wait some, 4, 5, 10 minutes, who knows. Maybe repeat a couple howls and work my stand there. Now, in my opinion, for example, guys out west, they set 10, 15 minutes, nothing happens, they get antsy, they want to leave. When you're hunting eastern coyotes, like we are here in Michigan, if you're not setting for at least an hour, especially right now, which is the first part of March, which is still mating season, you're just plain leaving too early, you got dogs coming. Okay. So at least 45 minutes to an hour is not too long. I've shot coyotes an hour and 45 minutes into a set. Oh, wow. So now you got everything right. You got in there, you got set up, you did some calling, you got a coyote coming in, and the thing's on the move, okay? There's a lot of misses in the coyote world. I give seminars at some of these big tournaments, and they have you, every hunter, write down how many did you see, how many did you shoot at, how many did you kill. Looks like this. Saw this many, shot at this many, killed this many. Okay, so this is a technique that I developed years ago, and I got a name for it. It's called bark and bang. So almost always this works, unless the coyote's already been spooked or not. Okay, because there is nothing worse than calling in a coyote, especially your first one, and missing the darn thing. You will be haunted for the rest of your life. I can, in detail, give you every coyote I ever missed, in very fine details. So it looks like this. I'm ready to go, and when I'm calling, I'm on high alert, because I think a coyote's going to come in any second now, any second now, any second now, any second now, and I'll think that way for an hour. You know why? Because guess what? It can come in any second now. So high alert the whole time. 20 minutes in is a perfect time for a coyote hunter to start daydreaming. The young guys are thinking about their girlfriends, and next thing you know, you got a coyote 15 yards from you. You can't do nothing. Yeah. So high alert. So I see one coming. They're always on the move. They don't sit still and pose for shots typically. So being able to stop that coyote is a very good thing. So I developed a technique I call, it's pretty simple, it's called bark and bang. So what I do, if I got my rifle, my first goal is to get some fur in the scope. I get some fur in the scope, I bark like a dog, loud, not a puppy bark, a loud bark. Woof! They stop, I put the crosshairs on, and I pull the trigger, okay, that quick. They will almost always stop if they haven't already been spooked, okay? And to stop that coyote, to be a good hit on it is a good thing. That'll eliminate a lot of your misses. So now I get pictures sent from all over the country. Bark and bang, bark and bang, bark and bang. That's pretty. So that's a good. Like I said, there's nothing worse than missing one of those things. It's hard work to get one. You're hunting at a whole different level. Their senses make a big trophy whitetail buck look silly. Yeah. So That's basically it from A to Z. Now, it sounds real easy, but once again, you're hunting the most skilled predator on the planet. You can't make mistakes. They don't forgive them.
Well, I tell you what, it's that's true.
Yeah, it's all true.
I've had a little
Been there,
experience, and yeah, missed a few, and it does haunt you. I know that it truly does. But you sound like you've been doing it for a long time. What, 30 years?
Almost 30 years.
30 years.
Yep.
So,
Been a big mistake the first time I went out. Within 10 seconds, I had a coyote running at me on a string from 100 yards out. It got 30 yards in front of me. This one did stop, turned sideways, posed, said, "Shoot me." And I said, "Man, this is easy."
You did.
I said, "Man, this is easy. I'm a coyote hunter." So I was after him. I mean, from that second, if you said, "Are you a coyote hunter?" I would have said, "Absolutely, I'm a coyote hunter." 2 years later, I got number 2, so I quickly learned, hey, this is not
as easy. Sure.
This is a challenge. Don't let anybody kid you. You know, it's you're hunting at a whole different level. I know guys try for years, and they got monster whitetail buck hanging on their walls. They can't get a coyote to save their life. So I appreciate you guys coming out with me. You know, I always say you want to jinx yourself coyote hunting, you bring your camera along, because it's tough. And today there's no wind.
Yeah,
that makes it harder.
Quiet.
Dead quiet. You know, with a little bit of wind. I don't like, 15 mile an hour or less is good, but no wind is tough too. A little bit of wind helps you set up.
Anybody out there want to get a hold of you? Got a website or?
DogbreathCoyoteCalls.com.
And it'll also be at the bottom of the screen. So, well, everybody, we sure hope you enjoyed today's show as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. Until next week, I'm Ray Colvin, and we'll see you right here on Racks and Tracks.
Go shoot some coyotes.
Racks and Tracks is also sponsored by these fine products.